both. So thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. If any of you are interested in working out, I am a personal trainer, by the way, so get into contact with me at Strength and Comedy. Link is in the description box below. I do offer online training for $30 a week, individualized weekly programs, nutritional advice, as well as ability to contact me through Facebook so I can give you feedback on your form. I really would like to end the video here. I think that'd be pretty funny. But welcome to mffl TV. I'm your host Dylan, and I hope you really like the new background. If by any chance I didn't figure out how to edit it by the time this video gets uploaded, then this is awkward, and I'll try to put some cool editing. But today, just going to be a quick discussion about what do the Dallas Mavericks need more. A lot of the time you hear that they need that secondary shot creator, someone who can make their own shot, make a bucket for themselves. But I don't know, the more I look into it, I think they actually need more playmakers. The team at the moment, they have enough people that can make their own shot. It's in different ways, you know, Luka's sort of very versatile, can do it whichever way he likes really. But you can give the ball to Tim Hardaway Jr. and if he gets that millimeter of space, he can rise over someone, hit the three. He's very capable of making that shot. As well, you can give it to Kristaps in the mid-post. He can face up. He's got that bank jump shot. He didn't do it in the playoffs, but look, his usage rate went down 10%. So I think some of it wasn't his fault. Yes, when he got mismatches, he wasn't as efficient as we'd like, but he really only had 1 or 2 games before he just got axed out of the offense completely. And I feel like most other players will be allowed to have 2 bad games and they'll keep running the offense through them. But regardless, as well as that, Jalen Brunson is someone who can come in off the pick and roll, create his own shot, score, get buckets. But besides Luka, there's no one really on the team to get other people involved. There's no one that can, you know, feed Porzingis, feed Tim Hardaway Jr., feed Finney Smith in the corner on a consistent basis. Now, why am I saying this? Well, if you look at the stats, after Luka, there's still Porzingis averaging 20 a game in the regular season. Hardaway averaging 17, which if he comes back in a more consistent role, can definitely see him boost on that as well. But when you head over to the assist numbers after Luka, it's a huge drop down to Jalen Brunson, who's averages 3.5 assists a game. Look, I understand Luka has a very high usage rate, so that doesn't give a lot of other people the chance. But Jalen Brunson also has a pretty high usage rate. You know, when that second unit comes on, he really does have control of the team. And I just don't think he's able to get other people involved to the degree we need to take that next step. So, look, there are people that can create their own shot in the free agency market. You've got your Tim Hardaway Jr.'s, your Carmelo Anthony's, even your Derrick Roses that are available. And then there's people that can do a bit of both. So you have your DeMar DeRozan, your Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry. These are obviously going to be the people that are most expensive. And they could potentially be going to other places. So if Dallas are focusing on the, say, tier 2 free agents, there's some really good people in there that can really help out the Mavs. Obviously, Lonzo Ball. Look, his assist numbers weren't crazy last year, but his usage rate wasn't that good. But he's someone that can do that. Be that secondary playmaker, get other people involved. I feel like he can help Porzingis get the ball in the right positions. He can help Tim Hardaway Jr. get his shots, Finney Smith his shots. And I feel like the offense can flow a bit better as opposed to someone else who just ISO, make their own shot, and still freeze out the other players. I feel like Lonzo would be perfect if he catches the ball off Luka, gets a hard closeout, he can drive in, play 4-on-3, 3-on-2 basketball and sort of just make a play. His one weakness is finishing at the rim, but if he is playing on those advantage style opportunities, I feel like he can make the right play in those situations. He's very high basketball IQ, and I think he can do a job. I think he'd be really good for the Mavs. Another guy that hasn't really been talked about at all, TJ McConnell. You know, he could be potentially a really good backup point guard. Sort of that old school pass first point guard. Good defender, would be an upgrade over Brunson. Then you could maybe look at potentially moving Brunson in another deal and bring in that scorer as well, so you could get the best of both worlds. But I feel like he's someone that's steady. He scores about 8 points a game, so it's decent off the bench. But he can also, as I said, get other people involved, make the offense flow, have that rhythm. I feel like sometimes when the second unit runs and Porzingis is on the court with them, he should be the primary focal point of the offense. He should be the one that gets integrated into it through pick and roll, pick and pop, maybe even some post-ups every now and then to get some rhythm. I know he wasn't the best, but look, I feel like with Jalen Brunson on the court, he doesn't really get those touches, and he's sort of just still that secondary, maybe even a third or fourth option. And I think that TJ McConnell can, set it straight, get him the ball when he needs it, and make him take that next step. We saw him in the bubble. He can put up points. He can be efficient. I think he just needs that confidence and that rhythm. Underrated big man who's a really good playmaker that we could look at is Blake Griffin. I feel like he could really be used in a very Draymond Green-esque role on offense. When Golden State were at their peak, it was a Steph Curry, Draymond Green pick and roll. Every time Steph came over, they blitzed him, he would give it to Draymond, and Draymond would just have to get that 4-on-3 and make the right play. And equally, Blake Griffin's a really good passer, and in that similar scenario, I think his basketball IQ is high enough to do the same, where he could maybe do the lob for Porzingis or feed Hardaway or Finney-Smith in the corner. And as well as that, he's also become a very good three-point shooter as well. He's not the best one-on-one defensively, or he's not long enough to be a great rim protector. However, he's become a really good hustle guy. He's always diving on loose ball, doing whatever it takes to try and help the team win. And I feel like that could be a really underrated gem for the Mavs to pick up. Now, of course, in the ideal world, you'd like to get one of the top players that can do both. Like I said before, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley. But there will be a lot of teams pursuing them. The likelihood of Dallas getting them is probably not very high. Also, you've got to throw in Kawhi Leonard, but after his injury, uncertain, he might just opt back in and try and get a better deal the following year. So you sort of do sometimes need to be looking at those slightly lower tier players. And personally, I think if they had to choose between one or the other, you might lean towards Playmakers. I think that's more of a need right now for Dallas. Of course, you always need more guys to score the ball. That's always a huge thing. But I think if it was one priority, especially on the wings or the guard play, I'd go towards that Playmaker. But let me know what you think. I'm really keen to hear you guys' thoughts. I always love to see what you guys have to say. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help out. And I'll see you on the next one.